So let's move on next because we have to end sometime, as I already mentioned. I have the Infinity Brothers. Do you know who are the Infinity Brothers? Oh, when I've met them in Barcelona, they have nothing to do in common, but they're only partners. But that's how they call them in Romania, the Infinity Brothers, because I mean, Infinity right now is they kind of did the miracle there. Many companies, many agencies. Romanian market, digital market is quite tough, by the way. 3 times bigger than Bulgaria in terms of numbers of people there living. But the market itself is almost as big as the Bulgarian market. So it's not an easy job to be an agency in Romania these days. Neither media or creative nor a media shop. But the Infinity Brothers made a miracle. They became the biggest players there. So Alexandru, where is Alexandru? I need Alexandru here on the stage. Quite quickly coming to me, please. Welcome in Bulgaria, Alexandru. I hope you had fun already. How are you? How was it? How was it in Romanian? It's out of my head. Buonasera. Yeah, it's like Italian.
It's
like
similar
Italian.
to Italian, but more Romanian.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we should keep the local flavor forever.
Absolutely.
So, listen, I was absolutely fascinated by the title of your presentation, and I left you for, and we discussed it with my team. We kind of kept the best for last. 5 examples of how we can push augmented reality and multi-screen in relation with the mobile penetration. So mobile, we're getting more and more mobile, and I'm looking forward for your rocking this stage. Thanks a lot for joining.
Thank you very much for having me here.
The ticker is over there.
Yeah. So I'm going to say bună seara also in English, which is good evening. My name is Alexandru Cernatescu. I am CEO and founder of Infinit Solutions agency, which is currently the largest independent digital agency in Romania. It's always interesting when you have to talk about the future. It's like you have to get a huge crystal ball out of the closet, put it on the table, you know, and then ask it, what's going to happen? And it becomes even more interesting when you have to share your findings with almost 1,000 people. So, and 1,000 people that are here since morning. So I'm going to try to get as much energy as possible from you, because you know what they say, like a speaker draws the energy out of the audience. So I'm going to have to draw the last energy that you still have, and bear with me because we're going to have some fun. Before we talk about the future, we have to talk a little bit about the present, okay? About the tradigital present. One of the things that made us special is that we were never a digital agency or a traditional one. We are a tradigital agency, and this is actually the present, because the consumers are tradigital, okay? You cannot have one without the other. What does that mean? A black screen. No, it doesn't mean a black screen. It means this. Brands need to build digital ecosystems. This is how it works right now. 2014, this is what they need to find in relation with the brand. What you see on the screen is a sample, is what we have built for Honda. And everything that we do, the sum of digital assets that we build for the brands, is called a digital ecosystem, and it's alive. It's a live mix between technology and content. This means we are touching the consumer in every step of his purchase journey, okay? What I'm going to focus a lot on today is, does this thing have a laser? It is, and it's green. What we are going to focus today, because I'm sure a lot of the previous speakers focused on the classic part, the evaluation part, probably they focused on the campaigns, the CPC, the performance. I heard a lot of talking about the numbers and so forth. I'm going to focus on this. I'm going to focus on what we can do in store based on the present facts. I'm also showing you here another example of a tradigital ecosystem that we have built. This time it's for InMedio. Do you have InMedio in Bulgaria? You have? Okay, so you know InMedio. This is another interesting example because I'm going to go to the next slide, and I'm going to finish with the present. The present is boring. We already know the present, okay? This is the way we bring digital on the BTL side, okay? These are some examples here. In InMedio, we basically rebuilt their product and constructed the digital channels that they didn't have before, okay? In Honda, we created a digital interface on the in-store side. And I'm going to show an example. Could we play the movie? Excuse me, the technical side. We had a little movie here. Okay. Schimbă culoare.
E o problemă grafică. Da.
Okay, first, that is not me when I was thinner, so it's one of my colleagues. The idea is the following. We need to digitalize the in-store also, okay? And we are doing this in the present. So I'm kind of building the idea. Why are we doing this? Let's look at the numbers. Numbers never lie. It's like my brother says, he's the CFO, numbers never lie, no matter how you dress them up. Let's look a little bit at how things are looking right now in Europe. We have huge, huge mobile penetration. We have more than one phone per user in Europe. And even more, look at the data plans, because like 2-3 years ago, everybody was saying, yeah, they buy the mobile phones, but they don't pay for the data plans, right? This has changed, and it has changed radically. Like 41% have at least a 3G connection. You know what this means for us as agencies and for you as marketers? The consumers have taken the internet to the streets with their phones. Every consumer is now an avatar. They have internet all over them, and we need to use this. This cannot be left alone. The streets include the stores. So this is the present. These are the numbers. What should we be looking for in the future? And now it becomes interesting, because we will talk a lot about the future. What's going to happen? And furthermore, what we need to make happen. Once we start implementing augmented reality, which relies on a device with an internet connection, with the in-store, we will not have the physical limitations anymore. This means that every little store can become virtually infinite, and not like our name. Every little corner store can become an infinity of information. And this infinity of information, like this. You know this? You know the campaign? This can become permanent. Now that so many people have mobile data on their phones, we will be able to buy everything on our way from our work to home, to purchase everything around us. Next, personalized experience. Can you imagine that we have all the tools necessary for every McDonald's, for example, to become an Alex McDonald's, Andrei McDonald's, Ivan McDonald's, and so forth? This is what's going to happen. We now have the tools and the mobile penetration and all the know-how to personalize every digital experience that the consumer has in store. VR. Did you see how cheap is to get an Oculus Rift kit? It's $350. And the old way of thinking was, okay, in order to reach many people via this channel, you'd have, okay, if you want to reach 100,000 people, they would all have to have the helmets, right? Well, it's not like that. What you will soon see is this kind of devices in stores, because they will continue the consumer experience, okay? And it's cheap. Like, imagine every car showroom with 2 helmets inside. And after you see the car, you play a little bit with a real car, you just put it in, and you enter the brand's world. It's 700 euros for 2 helmets, and probably a couple of hundreds more for some implementation, and that's it. You are taking it to the next level. You have the tools. You all know what I'm talking about here, right? You know what I'm talking about here? Exactly. Why do you think they bought them? Does anybody have any idea? They want to be for? Yes. 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 This is the next platform, guys. This is what's next. And this is what's going to happen very soon. That's the reason Facebook bought them. Because we are more connected than we think. The stream of information that we always see, the stream of information about ourselves, which we are desperately trying to control. Facebook bought that. Okay? Because virtual reality is the next big thing, and brands can actually take advantage of this very, very fast and very cost effective. And the implications are huge. Virtual reality will become social. We will interact with each other in that way very soon. Geolocation. Why isn't everybody using geolocation already in advertising? I mean, this is one of the things that you would expect to go so high up to this moment that everybody would use it. They still don't use it, okay? We will have an all-new engagement culture when you combine all of the things that you saw. And this is where everything is going towards. And this is what we as agencies should lead our clients towards. This is the types of things that are going to happen in the very fast future. Another thing, a lot of breakthroughs happened recently. Do you remember the game? Does anybody of you play Xbox or PlayStation? Xbox or PlayStation? Oh my God. Well, we have so much to talk about after the presentation. I'm a huge gamer, okay? Me and my brother also. And yes, we're not a stereotype, okay? Did you see what happened with the launch of GTA 5? Does anybody play GTA 5? And you, my God, we have so much to talk about. Did anybody finish it already? You? We need to play online. I'm going to see what you can do. The idea is the following. Did you see what that game did? It changed the way entertainment works. They made more money than any movie in Hollywood history in 48 hours, guys. The shift is already happening, okay? And I was looking at the launch, I was looking at the numbers, I was looking at the way it made money and thought, what if one of the brands chooses to have a virtual store inside GTA 5? It's the same thing with this. And it's the same thing with all the things that I've shown you. The future is already here. All we need to do is touch it. And all we need to do is to encourage our clients to go for it, okay? It's not expensive to test new things. And this is our obligation as agencies to do. We need to touch the future, bring it here, and use it towards our clients' advantage. Thank you very much. And I want to add something else.
What did I tell you about leaving the best for last, huh? Wow, you're like Joe Cocker, man.
No, but I leave everything on, not just the hat.
Thanks for this great presentation. Really appreciate being here. Pleasure. And what you've just shown here, it's, yeah, so thanks a lot. Thank you.
Thank you for having me here.
Thank you. Well,
yeah, guys.